So, hi, thanks for joining me on my channel and thanks for doing an interview. Again.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I just want to ask you a few questions. What got you into inverts and when did you get into inverts?
The summer of '76, I was 3, and there was a ladybird invasion, and that's what got me hooked. A 3-year-old, what is this magic? Bringing bugs into the kitchen, freaking mum out. Oh, get that out of here! Oh, yucky!
In this room and on these tables here, we have things from all over the world. You've met some of them are friendly, some of them, well, not so friendly. Most of them live in smelly, yucky, wet, dark places. A bit like your mum and dad's bedroom, where they eat plants, leaves, bits of tree, smelly, yucky, rotten, dead stuff, guts, organs, and poo. That's the good guys, okay? All these ones around here, these amazing creatures. But we've also got 1 or 2 examples, as you probably know, of the ones who like to eat the good guys.
What was your sort of favourite invert? What would you say sort of put at the top of your list?
That's a hard one.
Even as a species rather than like a...
That's the difficult question because they're all so cool. I love stick insects because of their ability to blend in and disappear into the background. It's where the name phasmida comes from the Greek word phasma for phantom, because they just disappear.
Okay.
Lots of words are Greek. Even in entomology, lots and lots and lots. It's fascinating once you get into it. Anyway, that's a side view. Yeah, I love stick insects because they're just so varied and so clever. They can be the most beautiful things, or they can be the most savage and capable of ripping your hand open with thorny, spiny back legs. It's just such a dramatic thing, aren't they? They can be that long, or they can be tiny like that as an adult.
They definitely are very fascinating invert, and I think they were actually one of my daughter's first ever pets.
Yeah.
She had a couple when she was about 3 or 4, and I got photos of them which I'll probably post here and show you.
But the first exotic pets I kept as a kid when I started growing up were stick insects. Obviously, most people's introduction into natural history is stick insects. You know, the good old Indian stick insect. And then I discovered a butterfly farm in Cheddar that was only there for a few years. And then I was introduced to I saw my first heteropteryx at the age of 11, and I was like, whoa! The world just went boom. And then the guy there introduced me to the phasmid study group, and then I discovered even more stick insects, and that was it. Hooked for life.
With being an entomologist, what would you say, what advice would you give to everybody who's an amateur entomologist and they just want to get into inverts, they haven't got any at the minute? What would your advice be to begin?
Just start off with the simple things. Get hold of an Indian stick insect. Get hold of hissing cockroaches. They're all incredibly easy to keep and study. I'll tell you what I would recommend is the phasmid study group. I joined the phasmid study group at the tender age of 11 after being introduced to heteropteryx for the first time. You know, 11-year-old small hands, great big spiky thing, and already a bug nut. Whoa! Yeah, that was amazing. That was Rod Faulkner, who used to have the Cheddar Butterfly House, and I'm still in touch with him. Hey Rod, I don't know if you're watching. See, this is what you've done. He inspired me to be more and more interested in inverts as well. You know, I've had some very positive encounters with amazing people.
It's very rare to be seen one of these. You may see it. The venomous claws at the front inject a nasty cocktail of toxins. They contain acetylcholine, 5-hydroxytryptamine, serotonin, histamine, cytomycins, cardiotoxic proteins, neurotoxin, hemolytic phospholipase. Really, really, really nasty stuff. It's designed to melt your flesh and turn your blood into black pudding in your veins while you're still alive, because they don't even wait for you to die, okay, before they eat you.
That's the other thing I would say. Find like-minded people who are inspiring and will support and encourage you in your pursuits. And you never know, you could go from being a childhood hobby to the guys here, all the traders, they're like professional, amateur, entomologists and arachnologists, you know, that they know their stuff.
So they give really good advice, as do you when you're doing your shows.
Oh yeah, in the show.
Which, speaking of, how long have you been doing the shows, and do you love doing your job? And I guess doing a job that you love, you never really work a day.
Yeah, I mean, as a child I always wanted to be an entomologist. When I was at school, the careers officer said, "So what do you want to be, Nicholas?" "Well, sir, I want to be an entomologist." "Don't be silly, you're 15. How could you possibly know what you want to do?" "Well, I want to be an entomologist, sir."
So we bought a load of spider kits and scorpion kits, and he made his spiders and made his scorpions. And you know what it's like when you buy something from IKEA, right? You get bits left over. God was left with a spider bit and a scorpion bit. He thought, that's going to confuse a lot of people. Off you go. And thus he made Vinegaroons. It's part spider, it's part scorpion. But no venom. It's got claws like a scorpion in its mouth, a set of fangs, for want of a better word, but no venom, which means they're quite safe to hold.
Told ya.
Well, there you go, you told him.
Here we are. Oh, Mr. Tucker, he was a lovely teacher. I really, really liked him. He was lovely, very nice chap.
I think teachers kind of mould us sometimes, don't they? And they
Good
help.
ones do.
Yes.
A giant African millipede. Would anyone like to have a go at holding a millipede? Boys and girls, stick your hands up if you want to have a go. Oh, we've got a few. Now, this line of your children, up to about here, represents how big the millipedes used to get. Now, these things could reach lengths of up to 8 foot. So here is a scary old head end, and down here, where Theo is the old poo bum end. All right? Great big monstrous creatures. Hands out in front of you, boys and girls. Now, why were they so big? They got so big because the atmosphere was what we call hyperoxic. Loads of oxygen. Or hyperactive, if you are me.
Obviously, doing your shows and you're on the road and everything.
Crikey, yeah.
I bet you have a very busy life and always on the go.
Yeah, we had a crazy year last year. I had an agent phone me up out of the blue, October 2018. Would you be interested in doing Haven Parks? I'm an agent. Oh, all right then. It's like, yeah. And we got the gig in one park a week last year. That was Hopton the Great Yarmouth. And the show that you saw here today has evolved into something different. So there's different shows now.
Right,
and
okay.
that's the Bugfest Crazy Creepy Crawly show, which we do at holiday parks in Haven. And we hit upon the idea of bringing the mascots in. So Rory the tiger, my mate, he's a mate, and we go on mountaineering together.
Right.
And whitewater rafting as well. Yeah, me and Rory.
Wow, you
buddies.
really have
Yeah, it's cool. And he's in the show as well, and he takes part in the show. It's a great show. So if you fancy, I can't tell you which parks I'm at because I'm not allowed.
Right.
But follow the this is a shameless plug, but seriously,
Fine.
follow the Bugfest Facebook page, okay? Bugfest UK. Soon there will be an announcement which parks I'm performing at around the UK, and I'm going to be in 4 Haven parks a week.
Wow, that's going to be hectic.
It's going to be hectic. So my mileage from the 17th of March onwards through to the 31st of October is 1,000 miles a week minimum, which is why I don't use rentals anymore. I drop rentals because of the mileage.
Yeah.
It's just not ethical to drive them around thousands of miles in the western parts and down the country. It's okay if it's locals, it's fine, it's fine. But in my context, I can't justify it. It's not ethical. So we are just purely inverts, and that's it. Bugfest is back to its roots. Inverts.
Exactly.
And that's not the only place. I've done some Wild and Deadly at theatres and other holiday parks. Big holiday park, Thornford, down on the south, down near Wareham Way. Been there a couple of times.
Right.
Done Wild and Deadly on stage with big TV video walls and smoke. It's amazing.
I bet that was great.
I felt like a celebrity. The curtains and the smoke goes, and I'm like, look me.
Well, I guess
Brilliant
seeing
fun.
so you're doing all these big shows and you're going to be like you're just teaching all the kids around the country.
That's what it's about.
And getting adults and children alike into
Yeah,
everything with
dad
your
jokes.
amazing show with your dad
Thank
jokes.
you. You're so kind.
We just
Thank
watched you now and absolutely enjoyed it every
Enjoyed it.
second, absolutely in stitches 90% of the time. And we really enjoyed it. And we've seen you a few times now, and we really thank you for everything you're doing for the invert community. And we just absolutely love your show. And I think, like you were saying earlier to me, that inverts are sort of what we need to be focusing on, and in the wild and stuff, and making sure that we can like conservation, make sure we can look after them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, without them, we are in a sticky situation. If you could click them out of existence, Thanos them into dust. Bye Earth.
Exactly.
It's over. It's over. Literally over. You can take away all of the backboned animals. No worries, it's fine. You took away all of the inverts. That's it.
Exactly. You can imagine if there was no inverts to break down the rotten leaves and everything,
everything else comes.
Slightest things that you do, and
do.
nobody understands how much it means.
Recycling. There's a lot to them.
Thank you so much for your support, because without you, we can't do what we do. Without you, there is no hope for the future, and trust me, we're not teetering on the 9th point. We've gone over. But you can pull it back. Keep doing what you're doing, keep being amazing, and keep supporting events like this, because you are the last hope.
Well, thank you so much. I know you're really busy, so thank you so much for helping me and being on the channel. And
well, you know what? Thank you to you. Thank you for your YouTube and every YouTuber. I think you guys are amazing. And you guys are doing an amazing job. You're sharing your hobbies, your mystery boxes, your rehomes, your Viv makeups and setups. That could be showing someone who's too scared to ask a question in a Facebook group how it's done.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of Facebook groups. Stop shouting people down for asking a silly question. Everyone was a noob once.
Exactly, okay? I totally and utterly agree with that.
Be nice, share the love. So what you guys are doing is it's a fantastic service. And you're doing the same thing. You're on the same mission. You're informing hundreds of thousands of people about the invertebrates. So
not quite yet, but we'll get there one day. A good few of us now, and I think I think it really helps to have a community together, and we can all help each other, and it'll help the next generation as long as we can keep it going. So
absolutely, yes, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for doing it again.
Oh, no worries.
Oh, you're a star. Thank you. And it's recorded this time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's actually recorded.
The red button there.
I should press it this time, did you?